back to work. You're gonna have to understand, any of you people that fancy yourself problem solvers or religious, that I'm the one doing this for you. You're not the one doing this for me. You put all those videos in the book of Malachi, the book of Haggai, the story of this, and all the little artist pictures and all the comic book character delusions that you put your little pathetic head through. And it's pathetic. Your head's pathetic. Okay. You got an ego problem. All right. When you read something you know is not real and you believe in it because of all the things that are not real, you've got an ego problem. I mean, that's my family. I tell them. The reason why my sister sits there and looks at me and tells me that she believes Jesus is God because he brought people back to life and he was raised from the dead. And you're like, we're given the life of sacrifice by the glory of God, and he goes in complete contrast in that book to play God. Okay, that's the devil. That's not Jesus. Jesus says, forgive debt and trespass, love one eternal, faithful peace. Love thy enemy, love thy neighbor as yourself. He didn't say vote for president that goes and mass murders people for petroleum products to pornography through cell phones. Where does Jesus say that in the Bible? Okay, you have the man standing up to stop it, who survives cancer poisoning, goes through remission from cancer poisoning on his own. They put him back into cancer poisoning every time they spray Roundup and put assholes that use science projects to torture him at that fucking fort. And this isn't convincing enough for you? There's not a, I sit and tell my body, I tell the cancer cells, thank you for doing what you were given to do, but I'm not ready to die just yet. I'm not, I'm ready to, we're going to go into remission. I'm not doing this to myself. I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm not smoking cigarettes. I'm not praying to die and go to a magic place I've invented in my head. I want to live on this beautiful planet, living the perfect commands of a perfect Messiah, and live his peace. Okay. And he is me and I am him. Okay. I'm a radically different human being than the cartoon characters on YouTube trying to make hundreds of thousands of dollars trending cartoons, or millions of dollars trending cartoons, or the idiots on the CW praying to their ego to, Chadwick Boseman wasn't praying to Jesus. Chadwick Boseman was trained to Chadwick Boseman and the black guys buried in the dirt with the magic plants. Okay. He wasn't praying to me. He didn't listen to me. He wouldn't talk to me. Chadwick Boseman was playing to his ego, just like Oral Roberts and Jerry Falwell. Okay? He was not talking to me. He would not listen to me. I talked to him on Facebook. He ignored me. People insulted me and attacked me and told me I was out of line because he was dying from cancer. It's like we're all being tortured by chemical poisoning and our cancer cells are going wacko. We all need to stand up and live the Lord's Prayer so that stops happening. But no one respects me. They respect Chadwick Boseman because he's a propaganda artist and they believe the propaganda they tell themselves every damn day. Okay. No one respects me because no one's capable of respecting the truth. That's why Mark Zuckerberg sells those stupid fashion model dumbass glasses with egomaniacs on TV. And I look at him and say, I get kicked off of his social media site because if I'm on his social media page, I correct his technology. That's how perfect and how good I am and how bad he is. Rockefeller told me himself in Prayer and Meditation, it's the little blue book of the Hitler Youth. It's so manipulative and so insidious to keep people in money and manipulate in positions of manipulation they perceive as power and authority that they just won't stop. They can't stop. They feel too powerful. I'm on YouTube because YouTube doesn't have the same mechanisms. Okay. YouTube isn't as quote unquote advanced. YouTube is a social media page for people to make money, and it has the rules given to them by the Pentagon and Congress, and they're all the same. Pentagon, Congress, it's professional wrestling. Do you understand? It's Vince McMahon and his buddies giving you soap opera for dudes. Okay, and then the chicks get involved because migrants get killed and homosexuals get abused verbally. And girls want to make lots of money playing sports, so we want to make lots of money too. What if your market doesn't command as much money? You're just going to have to make it more sexual. I swear, you need to put that basket at 9'6". If you put that basket at 9'6", since people can see what fabulous athletes these girls are, people will like watching the WNBA more. Okay. Women, on average, are 6 inches smaller than men. If you lower that basket 9 foot and watch A'ja Wilson come in with the slam and be the rim protector and everything, and the little girls out on the break that lay up, finish it, there's going to be a lot of little black girls that are like 5'8" going up for slam dunks if you throw that basket down 6 inches. They're going to be little black girls from Florida and North Carolina going through, wham, and they're going to slam, and you're going to be like, God, that girl can jump. It just doesn't seem like she can jump as high as she does, and it doesn't, you don't admire her athleticism as much because she's always finishing below the rim. You lower that limb by 6 inches, and you're going to go, oh, okay. So she's the David Thompson of, yes. Okay, you'll see just how good of athletes these little girls are. And you'll see about the little girl from 71st High School that used to do this to me, and I would throw her the lob, and guys 5'10" would be guarding her, and she'd go up and get it and put it up off the glass. And there wasn't shit they could do about it, and the guys, it was emasculating. She would just look at me, and she would do the little roll the eyes, and I would just, okay. And I would float it up, and I would throw her lobs at the rim. She was about 5'2", little Jerry curl. Jump out of the fucking gym. I'd just throw it up to her. She'd get it. Like to Danny Bennett. I'd throw it below the rim. But the guy who was 5'10", he couldn't get it. She was going to get it. She was going to put it in. It was pretty. Yeah, she was a good ball player. Yeah. She could hoop. But she was 5'2". She had about a 50-inch vertical, and I'd throw it up, 52-inch vertical or something. But she couldn't do like Danny could do. Danny was 5'6". And I'd throw it up, and she would catch it, and it would be close. She'd be right there. I'm sure she could run up and touch the rim. Okay. Little girl could fly. She was spectacularly athletic. But if we had a 9'6" rim, she'd been dunking all over those guys. Throw the ball up to her. Throw it 3 feet behind my head. I'm just kidding. She didn't have long enough arms. She was compact. She was like Danny. She was a compact little athlete. She was strong little girl. She was tough. She had to be. She had to survive. She grew up in a dog-eat-dog, vicious, sell your grandma to slavery. So she grew up in a tough world. Wake up. It's the first of the month. Get up. So cash your checks and get up, right? Yeah, Egypt. Pharaoh. Turned people that looked like me and Haile Selassie into slaves. And then they came back to free their family. Hittite, go home, and all that crap. And it was like, when you get away, okay, and a lot of your family, you got a tender-hearted, you got a Emily in slavery, okay. You sit there and you go, okay, I'm going to go back and I'm going to free these people. You do Harriet Tubman, man. Okay, you just do. It's just in our nature. When Cameron was in Pharaoh's land, let my Cameron go, Exodus movement of Ja people. He wasn't going to go back. Okay? He went to talk to the Spirit of the Lord. I don't want to go back, man. Forget those people. They won't, they don't believe. They treat me like shit. They sent people to try to kill me. They don't have any gumption to get up and get out of slavery. When he took them out of slavery, they wanted to go back. They're like, yo, I want to vote for president, but I like comic books. We all want to have sex with super divas. No, we don't. No. All alone, sad as can be, because a pretty face got the best of me. But you came along and gave my life pure meaning and delight. Guys, I'm not saying that's what's his name? That's Barry Gordy finding a hit. Okay? Do you understand? Michelle was better looking than Amy. And if me and, well, they're both pretty. Okay. Amy was overweight. Michelle was seen as more desirable, thinner kind of stuff. Amy knew this. Amy thought Michelle was hot. If Michelle wanted to go both ways, Amy would be like, can we have Michelle come stay with us in the bedroom? She'd be so fun to have sex with. Okay. Amy was that way with Stephanie. Amy was that way with just about every girl. I just wouldn't go for it. I wouldn't do the swinger type lifestyle because I didn't want to model that for the kids, because it's not always feasible and tangible for certain people. It makes life very difficult for a lot of people. If you have a lot of charisma and you're opening up Pandora's box, okay, like especially when she was, the thing with my ex-wife Stephanie. It's like, oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of times their sex would have been great. And then when Steffi goes through PTSD and tries to kill somebody, what then? Yeah, it's all fun and games until somebody has a post-traumatic stress disorder and then snaps and tries to kill the person they're having sex with. And if the person they're having sex with can protect themselves, it's okay, come back to me. If the person that, and I would sit there and, she tried to kill her girlfriends, would she go through PTSD? They would come after her with kitchen knives and hot irons and stuff. And I would try explaining this to Amy. Okay. And then she had to stop calling the cops because they said she would lose access to her son. So she would call her ex-husband, me, to protect her from her girlfriends or protect her from killing her boss, who was sexually assaulting her and threatening to fire her if she wouldn't allow her to sexually control the relationship. It was just horrible. And I would explain it to Stephanie. And I would tell her, you can come here. You can stay with me and Patrick. We have different schedules. You can just get through this crap. We'll get ourselves on our financial feet again. I'll get out and get a house. You can have, the spare room in the house. Then when you get on your feet and go do things. No. Why? I won't be able to date. The girls won't date me if I live with you. So having sex with these crazy, bitchy women is more important than getting your life straight and making sure you're there for your son. Okay. You do know I don't have sex with hardly anybody at all because I always have my son. It's not real hard for me to have sex and go. I don't go out on dates. I have one of the prettiest women you ever saw come up and ask me at work if I'm gay because I don't go to the bar with Dan Marley and Jamira Miller and stuff to see her strip. Said, why would I frustrate myself watching you naked all the time and never be able to touch you? And besides, you can't get a 7-year-old into a strip club, Kozacko. And you're too pretty. I wouldn't want to look at you all the time here and there and then just frustrate myself looking at you and saying, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. You'd be like having to touch. Why would I do that? Okay. It's different when you watch Penny in a blue dress on The Big Bang Theory because you don't see her every day at work for 8 hours. You don't sit there and watch her dance at a club on a 6-hour, 5-hour, 4-hour shift naked. That's radically different. It's just 30 minutes. You sit there and go, wow, she'd be like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived. I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off you. And then you go, okay. And if you obsess on it, like you get Monsters Ball and you keep watching and going, I remember having sex with Law. Now I want it to be Halle Berry. Now I'm going to get a restraining order. Boom, 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 boom. Though you don't call anymore. See, and that's what you're perpetuating and setting yourself up for. Now, when you forgive debt and trespass and love one eternal faithful peace, there's a lot more out of sight, out of mind. Now you got the next door neighbor and he's dying to get at her and he's oh so good and he's oh so nice and he's oh so healthy and his body and his mind. Well, he just manipulates the situation to get what he wants, but he's never happy with what he wants because he's a home invading scientist. He's a home invading pervert. I like killing people for the government. It's fun. Halliburton don't care if a baby's mom, a baby dies sucking on a mama's tit. They're complete fucking horrible assholes. They only feel good when they're manipulating people to feel powerful, sell used cars to them, do personal injury lawyer things. They're horrible people. Okay? People get hit by vehicles because we're rushing to and fro because of debt and trespass. And they're in a hurry because they have to be there on time. If it's not on time, they get fired. And then they run into people that read Antoine LaVey and Solomon Rushdie and Michael Aquino and Machiavelli, and it's all just about business. They have my friend Eric, who was Solomon Rushdie, Temple of Set, Church of Scientist, Church of Satanic Reverse, or whatever and stuff like that. They have instruction things on how to survive an accident and make lots of money off the insurance companies and do it ironclad. And he used to sit and laugh. You know, when lieutenants hit you on a motorcycle and they fly over your car, they bounce. He used to sit and tell me that all the time. He was one of my friends, one of my best friends. I go, Heb, you know, he shouldn't drive like an asshole. If he's not concerned about his personal safety in his life, why does he expect me to be? I got to pay my bills. It's just about business. It's just Machiavelli. It's just Solomon Rushdie. Wow. Love thy neighbor as thyself. You're a sucker. Parsons, you're an all-day sucker. And they proved it to you for 60 years, and you're still an all-day sucker. Well, that's because life's eternal and grace is infinite, and the laws required for holy covenants to sustain our life through faithfully loving one another are very, 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 very significant, and they don't have leeway to play, and you wouldn't have your fucking robots to build Starstream and Megatron if it wasn't for me. You would have destroyed yourselves a long-ass motherfucking time ago. Just like John Reese Getty, I'll play half the country to kill the other half of the country. No, you need the suckers like Parsons to make sure that you stay alive in order to have a family. The only reason your children live is because of Parsons, not because of John Reese Gettys and John Davis and Rockefeller or the Rothschilds. The only reason that the Tudors are alive is because Thomas Becket, not because of Henry Tudor. He's a pile of shit. Okay? The only reason the Windsors are still alive is because of people like Parsons, not because of people running around with billionaires getting money to pay other people's bills because they won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer because they lack the intestinal fortitude or the courage or the kindness. Do you understand who I am, and do you understand who you are? Now go dance with the stars. Okay? Dance your ass off, check the technique. Guys, I can't dance as well as I used to anymore because I've been chemically poisoned by a bunch of joyless perverts. Okay? I can't jump out of the ditch at 51 anymore at 60 because I've been chemically poisoned by jealous people. And you get all the best products to be the best fucker in your 50s. And you're proud of this. You've worked hard for this. He's just jealous. I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous because at 60, if they hadn't poisoned me, I'd probably be able to take Cristiano Ronaldo out on the pitch and prove to him that he wasn't as good as me. This guy's faster than me. I'm 41 and he's 60 and he can outrun me. Yeah, and he can jump higher than me in the box. Man, I'm glad I'm single. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa bop, shimmy, shimmy, bop. He'll look at him, look a lot better, not look like Foster, be 10% under 10% body fat, and drink a Fanta now and then. once every 2 weeks with my pizza, you know, and then just exercise and have fun. And have a girl come up to me and say, hey, and then you could get a girl who you know, I was glad when JJ Fad came on because then yoga pants came in and you could walk up and hit, and their K-Swiss, and she'd wear K-Swiss too. And then they turned into earrings and played Ding Dong Ditch, and maybe I could make me a little hood rat. Back in the day. Yeah, back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Sometimes I wish I was a kid. No, I'm going to be 60 this weekend. Okay. And I'm all right with that. There's nothing wrong with being 60 years old. Okay. Age is a precious gift given to us by the corollary of life to appreciate and enjoy all the work we've put in to loving our wives and our children. Okay. And we're denying you that. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. You're not denying me a goddamn thing. I am love. I am the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. The only reason that kids are running around doing charity with money of cameras filming it, saying get the action going, get the cameras, is because of me, not because of you. You're John Reese Getty's left testicle, and a Rothschild queef having sex with the help because if he can do it, I can do it too. Hey, title mind me this and title mind me that, right? And you're all blessed to do irrational Charlie Chan movies for money and then get put in the Hall of Fame by a bunch of hypocrites who say money's more important than standing up for the living Messiah just north of San Ysidro, New Mexico. I was like, you do know Rockefeller and Rothschild be filming all this. And they be telling me, you don't believe my prayers. You don't believe, you believe comic books that don't exist, but you don't believe real men talking to real people about real stuff that really saves lives from jealous, vicious, selfish people who it's all about me and my comic book character and being the best comic book character that you can be when you die in your head for 30 minutes if you're not decapitated or shot in the back of the head. No, me and Michelle talked before she was murdered. She was just asking me why it was going to happen. And I couldn't tell her why at the time because I didn't understand. And I felt powerless. And I felt like, I'm not like Jesus. I can't heal people. My friends from cancer die. I can't protect the woman who stood up for me, who was a good friend. And I just, every time I get around her, I stammer and I walk right into doors. You comb her hair every morning. And she didn't feel like that. She felt tired and run down and like she was getting less attractive because they were working her to death and she lived in all that. She didn't feel as beautiful as, like Amy. I'm not as beautiful as you say I am. I'm fat and I'm unattractive. Amy, I'm 235 pounds, chemically poisoned by the worst jealous perverts in the world, right? And even if Amy had come to live with me when I was 51 and she felt I'm fat and stupid, look at you, you're under 10% body fat and can run around the orchard and jump out of the ditch after you dig it. Well, then we wouldn't have stayed here because they kept doing the chemical poisoning and and the Halliburton stuff. We'd be somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know what we had done. No, we just stayed here, and I would gradually, she'd watch them. All the jealous perverts that she used to fuck at the bar in Cochise County laugh in my face and torture me, and there's nothing I could do about it because everybody accepted the linguistics as laws, and you can invent, hey, signed your bill, you can invent your own world with their, I was like, God, these sick people, man, put on your metavascular glasses and go, just because you put on glasses that tell you to do all the things you want to do that you shouldn't be doing because you're selfish, doesn't mean that the glasses are right. Do you ever think that was set up for genocidal operations to thin out selfish people and fat people and lazy people and ugly people because they still have bad science projects that they refuse to correct because they can keep, quote unquote, getting away with it because they have a brain injury? Tells them they're correct even when they're wrong, even when their technology tells them they're wrong. They just put the technology back to where it was, to where they were right. That's all they do. So make some money and go to jail. That's all they do. Make some money and go to jail. That's all they do. Okay, debt and trespass. That's all they do. Okay, it's fundamentally wrong. It's self-destructive. It's putting wants before needs. It's putting all life at risk because wants before needs, and then the way we'll make up for it is we'll just build robots, put our brains on robots, and our robots will live in space and never stop discovering and explain that hitchhikers died to the galaxy and buy a big robot that answers all the questions to the universe. That if you take creation and destroy it by building invention, that eventually, how will that invention be able to sustain itself because the energy required for the invention will be so destabilized by destroying creation to maintain invention that it will destroy itself with supernovas and black holes, and it cannot exist because time won't exist for you, me, or danger, Will Robinson, or your space gates. Your imagination's got you. Oh no, sad as can be, because my imagination got the best of me. Beauty's only skin deep. Yeah, yeah. And that's not true. That's not beauty. It's booty. It's ass. It's dick. It's where we poop and we pee. And we use it for fertilizer, and then roses grow and grapes of Ralph. Do you understand? Asshole. It's not as nice as you think it is. You get sick, you can't go 69ing, and you keep destroying the planet with mechanization and poison and all that stuff. You don't get to have those wonderful sexcapades. Let's go on a sexcapade. Let me take you on an escapade when I think of you, baby. Then you get old. Doesn't seem like everybody's getting younger, baby. I bet you're going to have to find yourself another pastime. Judging from the past, I guess won't be the last time. Be the last time. This is the last time. I'd be one of the most attractive 60-year-old men you ever saw if your business partners weren't jealous perverts. Like you. Right? Like you. You. I played with Fred Gwynn. Now I'm going to play with Mommy. Now I'm going to play with you. You Pet Cemetery, cloning, stem cell research, HBCU, stem cell research, sorry-ass motherfuckers out there. Okay. I'd be a gorgeous, healthy old man if it wasn't for all of you. Yeah. My face, everything, everything's, when you're stretched out by chemical poisoning and your body tries to shut down because you're staying in the poor factory where they mass murder the poor to try to save the poor and talk them through it and walk them through it and help them through. I know it's depressing. I know it's hard. Terra Chai Chi. I'll do some Terra Chai Chi, whatever. I'm not too concerned about that. All I'm focused on is fix the technology, get the technology to obey perfect commands for human needs and not have human wants and human greed destroy all human needs through selfishness. That's my main focus. Okay. Once I get that, then we'll start healing together. Then, when I can go hiking come Saturday morning with my Plim and go, some of it's going to be uncomfortable, but because there's no carbon emission poisoning and Roundup and pesticides and herbicides, all that crap, recovery will be easier. When you get a little sick, getting some of the toxins out, it'll be like, oh, I'm nauseous, but that's okay. It's getting out. It's better out than in. Drink plenty of water, go to the bathroom, salt baths, the sunshine, walking in the sunshine, sing a little sunshine song. We'll be ready and healthier and better for winter, and then winter will do, and then eventually all this crap will go out and other crap won't be going back in, and then we'll get better and we'll feel better, and then we'll be happier, and then we'll sing fun songs, and we'll be jolly, and we'll have candle parties, and I know you'll be doing it. And then we'll grow old gracefully. Once in a while. Good song, Jima Casually. Midnighters. Should. That's a good one. That's all. Tommy Edwards sings it better, but theirs is good. Brother, Where Are You is very good. My favorite of theirs is Dreaming Casually. I thought it was That's All, but Tommy Edwards sings it better. I can only give you love that lasts forever. And they probably liked Tommy Edwards. Who doesn't like Tommy Edwards? I mean, seriously. If you don't like Tommy Edwards, and he had way more songs that were popular that people used to listen to because they had good taste back in the day, then just All in the Game. All in the Game was his biggest hit. He had That's All. He had Morning Side of the Mountain. He had Mr. Sun. Mr. Sun was a do, and it wasn't, it didn't have that popular staying power. It's a damn good song. Talk to her, please, Mr. Sun. Make sure that they all do in the spring drop. And if I tell her how I feel, it shouldn't end this way. Since you are all her friends, she'll listen to all you have to say. Babble to her, Mr. Brooke, And that's the way with love. Smile when I smile, sigh when I sigh. He was good. That's all. I can only give you love that lasts forever. Say it's me that you'll adore. For now, he's good. Tommy Edwards, one of the best crooners in the history of croonerdom. Okay? And it was in big band eras and swing eras, and he liked it, and it's good stuff. He has a very extensive library, lots of really good songs. Okay? They just, good songs don't go out of style. Stupid people just don't appreciate beauty. If I can talk her into giving me the booty, it's like, oh, shut up, fool. Yeah, sorry ass shit. You talk gibberish for lowbrow people with the, how much stuff they have out now and they have for years. When I sat there and I was talking on the thing, play and it got some, and then I had to cuss out Alexa and that's not very polite, and plain motherfucking bitch piece, look at my dick, blah, 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 real loud, and that's polite. Okay. I didn't even know what the fuck. So I was mad. What kind of bullshit is this? I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted to listen to Sinatra or Mathis sings 50 songs. 50 songs by Johnny Mathis or Sinatra, and I accidentally said, and then I got some kind of porno rap from an idiot who thinks of his dick. That's way different than teacher, teacher, kiss me once and kiss me again. Or, strangers in the night. No, actually, Strangers in the Night was in the 70s. Yeah. His 50s tunes, come fly with me, let's fly away. Isn't that like his 50s songs? Lovely. I don't know. He had good songs in the 70s and 50s. He had similar stylings. He was good. Anybody else like Natalie loved Frankie Sinatra. I play Frank Sinatra. This stuff is great, Dad. Oh my gosh, the band, he croons so his melody is, it's the summer wind came blowing in across the sea. I lost you to the summer wind. She's like, this stuff is great, Dad. I was like, yeah, I know. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wandering through the night. What were the chances we'd be sharing love before the... She was like, this stuff, what happened? Why did what would they stop singing songs like this for? What's the matter, Dad? I don't know. They wanted people to be jaded, people to be angry, people to be vicious, people to be selfish. Anybody can be a movie star, anybody can be a singing star. Just forgive that and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful, pious. Peace, right? Strangers in the night, two lonely people, we were strangers in the night. Up to the moment when we said our first hello, little did we know love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away. And ever since that night, we've been together, lovers at first sight, and love forever. It's turned out so right for strangers in the night, Little sweethearts, Amy's little sweethearts. Yeah. Amy, we have no idea what Amy would have been able to be like had she not been abused by the Temple of Set Illuminati, your business partners that make you you're the Hollywood stuntman that makes Redford such a star, right? Marketing, Kelsey. Okay, another fucked up company with fucked up people with ego problems that want to sell people stuff we don't need or have it held hostage. No, I'm not criticizing. Jeff was doing the best he could in that archaic method that was given to him, and if you try to change it, they kill you. Okay. You guys keep thinking that. No, I'm not throwing Jeff Bezos under the bus. I'm protecting Jeff Bezos from the bus. It has no brakes. Okay. I'm Keanu Reeves getting on the bus helping Sandy Bullock park the fucker so no one on it dies and then kick Dennis Hopper's ass, Yeah. No Martin Scorsese movie here. Okay. Apocalypse Now. That's just everybody park the bus. No extreme, stupid things. No more video game training from wackadoodles that are assholes that play spectacular hit, abusive, psychotic football, not tackle football. Keep your head up. Keep the body in front of you. Contain him. Don't go looking to hurt him, looking to contain. Defense is better when you play to contain than it is to go seek and hit and inflict pain. Okay, when you tackle and you stop and you play the ball. Oh, trust me, you play lots better defense. You cause a lot less injuries. You get injured a lot less. The other team appreciates you. You appreciate them more. You play better. You just have to have the athleticism to do it. If you don't have the athleticism to do it, you'll listen to that fucking jealous coach who tries to, sweep the leg. And, oh, you ain't shit, boy, huh? Okay, well, I'll just fix the technology by my own damn self. You pray to your alter ego and then ask your alter ego to be accepted by quantum computing as a standard of male living to save us from pieces of shit that will murder over money like you. And Halliburton don't care if an Arab baby dies sucking on a mama's tit. And you try to explain it to all your ancestors and your descendants in the future. Quantum computing, everybody's watching, wondering why you're still being such a dick. when the only way to stop being a dick is listen to Earl because he's not a dick. Okay? That helped Timothy Charlemagne, right? You're French. Okay, obviously, yeah. Okay, I love you. He doesn't call me by my name. That's because you're Bob Dylan, man, and you're the Dune dude. Okay, I love you. All right, peace out, man.